A vida vai trazer quem eu mereço. Vai trazer quem eu mereço.
Welcome back, guys, to my channel. In this video we're going to be talking about top 10 best map locations in Fortnite. Number 10 is Colossal Crops. The reason why I chose Colossal Crops as number 10 is because Colossal Crops is a pretty decent place to land, and it's actually one of the best locations in my opinion to land. It has corn that you can get from the fields, which you can use later in the round for competitive, like an arena. Also, there's also 3 other buildings besides the main one with an NPC that you can get pretty good stuff from it, from turning into a crop that you could buy from him, which costs gold. But Colossal Crops is actually a really good place to land, and you guys should land there more. There's also a river over here that comes with fishing spots, like 1 or 2, but you can get pretty good fish from it, so in my opinion that's why it's number 10. Number 9 is Sweaty Sands. Sweaty Sands is probably the only beach location that is on the map right now besides Coral Castle, but this place has like 4 houses and they all conclude pretty decent loot, like a great shotgun or something like that. But it also comes with a giant hotel that has a bunch of chests, up to 9 or sometimes even 6. But when you land here, you might even get a purple pump that comes here. And there's also a shop that you can go by. And also there's also the ice cream shop that you can go over there, which always has some fish and at least 1 chest that spawns in. But it's kind of like, it's actually a really cool place. It has a beach vibe and stuff. It feels like an actual real life pier. But Sweaty Sands, I would recommend landing it in arena. It's actually maybe one of the best locations to land in arena, but that's just my opinion. I think like 6 people land here sometimes, maybe even 2 squads, but sometimes it's not that busy. But the beach is pretty awesome. It has some loot, and there might be a chest in the yellow thing up here, the lifeguard thing. But yeah, let's get on to number 8. For our number 8 spot, Weeping Woods. Weeping Woods, it has a lot of mats that you can get from the trees, and it has 2 buildings that contain about maybe even up to 16 chests sometimes. Normally probably like 6 chests, but even has a fishing spot here that you can get some fish from. And it also has a river that you can go by over here. There's also some towns over here, and there's also a gas station near Slippy Swamp. But otherwise there's like up to 3 or 2 campfires here that spawn over here. And there's also this primal boss area that you can get one of the, like a weapon from her or something, like the purple primal AR or something like that. But you can also make your way out of here by going through this not teleporter, but like it like sends you up in the air. But yeah, number 7 is Holly Hedges. The reason why I chose number 7 as Holly Hedges instead of Weeping Woods, well, because I think more people land here than Weeping Woods, but there's mostly only bots that land over here. But there's 6 buildings and 1 store in the middle. There's also a soccer field right over there. But there's also a Mad Face if you look to the right of me. And there's also a Halloween shop that you can head over there with the Ragnarnots. And he gives you sometimes good weapons. But yeah, there's the Mad Face out. Number 6 is Slippy Swamp. Slippy Swamp is actually next to Weeping Woods, but it's probably more better than Weeping Woods because of all the heals that you get from here. If you leave Slippy Swamp with not 100, then I don't know what you're doing. Maybe the storm pushes you and you don't have time to heal, but those that and so if you get both them, you'll get 100 basically. And there's a bunch of small jugs that give you 10. But also inside the main place, there's these 2 things that heal you 1 at a time, just like the river outside near the blue. But there's also small warehouses that lead over to the main place. But there's 2 warehouses to the side of it, right of it, whatever you can say, but they're not as good as what comes in the middle. But in the middle, like I was saying, these are the 2 things. You just have to pop the top open, and you get 1 HP at a time. It works for shield and health. For our number 5 place, it's Misty Meadows. Misty Meadows has up to 10 buildings, I think. This place has probably the most buildings out of every location here, even maybe more than Pleasant Park. But this kind of reminds me of like an olden medieval time. But the chests here are amazing, and there's a giant lake that you can go to after with the primal AR again, like I said, next to Weeping Woods. But there's also a river that you can go, but you'll guarantee get fish here if you want to fish. But there's a bunch of car parts here, like I was saying. But you can get to like probably even a lot now because of the update. But there's a bunch of those RVs here, and there's also a boot van here. Anyway, that's all to talk about number 5. Let's get into number 4. Number 4 is going to be Steamy Stacks. Steamy Stacks actually wasn't really that good of a location back then, but now since the new update, there's up to like 2 bunker chests, and there's a new strat that I've seen on TikTok and on social media. But there's these 2 big things that you can get if the storm's here, then you can transport your way out of there and get the zone. And there's a bunch of cars here as well that you can get mechanical parts from. Otherwise, it's kind of like Slippy Swamp, I guess, but it's a purple kinetic energy, I guess you could say. That's really all up to it. The update actually made it OP. Number 3 is, you can guess, Retail Row. Retail Row is one of the most OGest things here in the map, but it's got 1 or 2 updates along the way. But it has 1 bunker chest in the yellow house right there, and it has a bunch of houses that you can loot. There's also bigger shops and more shops that there are. Unlike, you know, Holly Hedges, there's only 1 shop there. There's even a basketball court that there, since day 1, I think, that it released. But there's a bunch of car parts as your mechanical parts, you could say. And yeah, it's actually a really good place to land. I land here with my friend Chili Hypnotic a bunch of times, and sometimes we even land here in arena because that's how good it is. My favorite spot here is probably the Mexican shop. Doesn't have good loot, but I just like the theme of it, and it's been here since, you know, its release, so that's why I like it. Now, our number 2 spot is Lazy Lake. Lazy Lake is one of the sweatiest places to land, maybe even the sweatiest, but you can actually, if you land at the main 2 buildings, then there's going to be a bunch of people, and there's also a Call of Duty reference, I would say, because the yellow and blue house from, you know, Nuketown. There's also a fishing spot back there with a bunch of fishing spots over there. And if you land on the big building, you can also jump off from this umbrella. There's also a gas station, if you didn't know that, with a tire here, and you could even put it on 1 car. Let me show you around. Over there, there's like 1 house, and over there you can get chests, like 5 chests. If you get lucky, there's also this fishing store that I usually land inside the building. I usually like to land Nuketown. I call it Nuketown because there's also this like kid gas station. So yeah, that's gonna be number 2. And for our last and final spot, number 1, Pleasant Park. If you didn't think it was Pleasant Park, you're kind of dumb, because Pleasant Park is the most unrated place that you can land. It has 1 bunker chest that you can land here. It has a bunch of houses that you can loot, and it's probably the best place to land because a bunch of people can land here. You don't have to be all crowded up. But there's also a gas station that got added in the recent update. There's also at Dog House I like to land. It usually has 1 to 3 chests that has here. But my friend Jaden, he likes to land monkey chest, of course, because you get a free loot thing. But you can also get a free tire from here and put it on 1 of your cars. But yeah, if you didn't think it was Pleasant Park, then I don't even know who you are. But that's gonna be it. I'm gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, and just, you know, wrap it up. Bye guys, let's go. It's like I was kidding. I have more to talk about. There's also a soccer stadium, and this is probably the only place on the map that has been here through it all. It's the most OG place that's been here. No update has. Oh, the update, the Dr. Doom event. There's also a new ability that you can grab your soccer ball and kick it into the goal, which is pretty cool. This Pleasant Park has gone through the most updates. It's had the Dr. Doom update, which was my favorite update probably. Also the water update. And yeah, it had pretty much a bunch of updates. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And this video was actually really fun to make. These are probably my top 10 favorite places to land this season, and it was pretty cool landing at each one of them. I actually like how Fortnite upgraded the game. But thank you guys for 43 subscribers. I was stuck at 39 for a while. I think we have 44 right now. That's insane. You guys are crazy, but I love you guys and see you guys in the next video.
You better love